Okay, the Somalians have blocked another ship yet one more time. The suspected Somalian pirates have seized a Yemeni fishing boat at the Horn of Africa. Okay, this is Somalia, okay? This is Somalia right here. What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing good. My name is Zack. Thank you very much for stopping by. You are very much appreciated. You want to know about Africa? This is where you got to be. Here, you're going to know everything you want to know. Uganda, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Somalia, Ethiopia, South Africa, right here. Nigeria, right here. Congo, right here. Thank you very much. You're very much appreciated. Click on the button. I think it's called subscribe so we can see each other further. Okay, we got to make this big. Let's make this big as Joe Rogan. I know it sounds super big, but yeah. Can't we do something good for ourselves? Let's go. So this is Somalia, okay? The suspected Somali pirates have seized a Yemeni fishing boat off the Horn of Africa. Now, this is Somalia. This is Yemen. This is Somalia. This is Yemen. The question is very simple. What is the Yemeni fishing boat doing at the Somalian coast of the sea? I'm just asking, okay? I'm just asking. Well, I hope nothing bad happened to the Yemenis. But let me give you context. The European naval operation in the Middle East, known as UNEDVOR, said the incident remained under investigation. So let me give you context, okay? You certainly heard about the pirates in Somalia. You even watched this movie right here with this guy with his face very scary, very interesting. Just like Malcolm X said, the media has a power to make the oppressed look like an oppressor and the oppressor look like the oppressed. I'm sure you heard about the stories, bad stories about Somali pirates and stuff. So context. Somalis are usually fishermen, okay? As you can see, they have a huge side to the sea. Fishermen. For many years, fish was their source of income. They would go to the sea, get fish, sell, and send them children to school. Go to the sea, get fish, sell, and buy foods to eat. You know, gets things going, moving the family to the right direction. Now, unfortunately, when Somali went through turmoil and there was no strong government, many foreign fishing boats came to Somali coast and started fishing like motherfucker. Yeah. Bad. The Europeans sent their fishing boat, the Chinese, the Asians, all over the world. So they profited from Somali's internal issues to loot and take fish from the sea. So let me just remind you here, you know, when you do things for yourself, you know how to do them. When somebody does it for you, they don't do it right. Okay, better context. When you go fish at your own sea, you know, I'm going to take these type of fish and leave the baby fish. When a Chinese man comes into your sea, he's going to take everything and destroy the future. That's what they do. So for some time, Somalis have been unable to get fish from their own coast. They have to go very, very deep in the sea to find fish. And in sometimes they can see even big fishing boats like from the horizon, but unable to do anything. It's caused so much drama economically in many families. That is when they say, you know what, you're taking the food out of our mouth, now we're going to come and take over your boat. That's how they started attacking ships and fishing ships. That's how you heard about pirates. Then all of a sudden the European Union sent a naval force to go and fight Somalians. I'm not saying there aren't instances where pirates actually take over a boat or a shipping fish or fishing ship, whatever you want to call it. But in most cases, or at least the basis, initially it was because they came to loot their country and they were defending themselves. Well, Yemenis are fighting a very similar fight. You know who they fight. I hope they can come up with something interesting, understand each other as brothers and release them and not hurt them. Okay, let's go to Kenya. Yes, fellas, you know Kenya. I always talk nicely about Kenya. It's a beautiful place. Lovely people. I had some of the best time ever. I want to go back to Kenya again, have a good time. But I've said a few things about Kenya here. Now I'm scared. I don't know. Government people will take me and make me disappear. I didn't say anything wrong. I was just reporting about the people that disappear, talking negatively about the government. And when they come back, they don't speak anymore. I didn't say anything wrong. I want to come back to Kenya, fellas. Okay, so Kenya has announced to combat rising gender-based violence, fellas, as 100 women have been unalive in 4 months. 100 women in 4 months, my Kenyan brothers. Why? I mean, we hear about gender-based violence between couples, but 100 women in 4 months, that's a lot, my brother. That is a lot. You could start thinking maybe 40 women that were physically pushed, not unalive. That's a lot. That's crazy. The Kenyan government on Thursday declared gender-based violence a national most pressing security threat. That's truth. Yeah. With 100 women unalive in the past 4 months alone, most of them by men who were known to them, including intimate partners. Unfortunately, fellas, in many of the cases when you see somebody being unalive or abused, it's usually somebody they know. It's usually somebody close to the family friend. That's why I don't believe in sending children to other people's house. I'm sorry. You can keep your children. Mine are not going to come. Boys or girls. No, none of that. I'm not accepting that. Thank you very much. We can still be a family without having none of that. Because it's usually people that are very close. And here I'm talking about intimately, touching them in an inappropriate manner and stuff like that. That's what grows. It's the same demon that grows into unaliving people in the future. That's crazy stuff. So this is interesting. Let's put a close right there. Okay, this is a very serious matter. But beside that, there's a little bit of a joke. Don't get offended. This is just a joke. Let's watch this one.
Baby, I was cooking. Gas is finished. I was asking.
So this is supposedly a sketch that's online about a guy representing how Ugandan women behave compared to Tanzanians and Kenyans. Watch this.
Baby, I was cooking. Gas is finished. I was asking if you have some money. I called the gas delivery guy to deliver the gas. If you don't have the money, I can borrow from my children, and then when you get the money, we can return. Do you have the money?
Do you have the kamani?
Let me take it from the treasurer.
So cute.
Baby, jamani, gasi inkwisha, nilikuwa napika ikatika katikati jamani, hata chakula hakijaiva. Sasa sijui utanipigie mtu wa gesi alete. Lakini in the meantime siniwashe jiko la makaa niendelee kupika. Haya, si bora chakula kiive baby. Haya, acha niwashe jiko la makaa baby.
Oh, so humble. Not the Kenyan women. Jeez, what's that? Gas?
Nakuletea lunch ukule. Sasa unataka nifanyaje?
Oh my God.
Nimekuambia mara ngapi? Wewe baba, kama unataka tukule fanya hima.
If you want us to eat, you better move yourself.
Otherwise, as we speak, hakuna gas.
There's no gas as we speak.
Sasa nijifanye gas. Nikalie chakula hivi ama?
Should I steal food?
No. Unataka nikalie chakula hivi ama? Gas ndio hii. Ukitaka tukule mtungini sawa?
Oh my God. This is crazy. Is this truly a reflection of Kenyan women? I'm just asking. And I'm not sorry, guys. This has nothing to do with the unaliving of people. I'm just pushing this aside. I'm going to slap you if you bring your offensive. No. This has absolutely nothing to do with the previous video. This is another section. We're just talking about women in Africa. So is this a true reflection of Kenyan women? Okay, in a good manner or not? Let's watch the next video.
Food is ready.
Food is ready.
So that I serve the food.
You must go visit Uganda.
Is it too hot? Here is the food.
The food, do.
Enjoy, baby.
Bebe.
Mewangu chakula kiko tayari.
Tanzania.
Sijui utakula kwanza. Ama utakula kwanza. Wajua wanipata sio. Kuleta maji unawe mikono kwanza. Au utakula kwanza.
You're gonna eat first. The Kenyan.
Mkubwa na wanawe. My cabinet secretaries. Ushapikiwa na mbochi mwenye mlilipia mahali. Unangoja sasa awalete kwa meza mkule mkae.
The food is ready. You're already waiting for them to bring.
Mtangoja sana mpaka next year. Unasikia njaa anajua maleji.
The food is there. If you're hungry, you better go find you. Let me know, fellas, is this a truly reflection of, on a positive note? We can't be crying all over it. I understand that's a very sad situation. We got to move forward, we got to move forward. Is this a true reflection? All I know Ugandan are very respectful, especially the Baganda tribe, I believe. I'm not sure about everybody else. I only know about Baganda. They tend to kneel down when they talk to their husbands. Yeah, they will kneel down to give food. They will kneel down to present a query. Okay, this has nothing to do with oppression. This is the culture. This is what it is. When you were brought up feeling that way, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You're not more independent than they are. Trust me. That's just their way of showing respect. There are many things, many aspects of it. Many aspects, even intimately. We're going to talk about all that in the future. And now we're moving to Zambia. You're in Zambia, beautiful place, lovely people, but I've never been to Zambia. I want to go to Zambia and visit. So if you're Zambian and you think you can host me, or not even host me, I can pay my own hotel. You can show me around. I just want you to be mobile, to have a car and have some connection, because I like seeing nice things. You don't have to pay for me. I can pay for myself. And I want to see the positive and the negative. I just want somebody capable. That's all. Let me know. Drop us a message on the comment section, or drop us a message on Instagram as well, so we can do that. I want to do a nice documentary about Zambia. Okay, now in Zambia, something drastic is happening. Apparently, Zimbabweans are crossing to Zambia border for cheaper healthcare, fellas. Medicine and stuff. Zimbabweans are crossing, leaving Zimbabwe, going into Zambia, buying medication. This is not a good thing to hear. Why? Because it's expensive apparently in Zimbabwe, and people opt to travel long distances to seek treatment. There is an account from somebody that says buying the medicine in Zimbabwe costs about $85 a month, whereas across the border in Livingstone, she pays 330 kwacha. That's about $13. Even with travel, it works in her favor as a two-way trip. So this is crazy, fellas. Why is this? You're probably asking yourself. It's because of the sanctions. Zimbabwe's been sanctioned for a long time because they took the land from the white man. Yeah. Zimbabwe used to be colonized by British. British owned all the arable lands. They were farmers, producers. They farmers potatoes, tomatoes, bananas, everything, And Zimbabwe was just buyers, consumers. Then Mugabe came along and he said, British must leave. They must leave the land. And British trying to fight back, but no, they left forcibly. Some of them crossed into South Africa and others went away. But then that's when the South happened for Zimbabwe, because they were sanctioned by the United States, by the British, by European Union and stuff like that. They couldn't trade, they couldn't exchange, and the country went to the gutter. That's why many Zimbabweans ran away. They go to Britain if they can get a visa, because it's very difficult to get a visa from a Zimbabwean perspective, and a Nigerian. Okay, Nigerian number one. Zimbabweans, okay. Hey, number two. If they can't go to Britain, then they go to South Africa, working as waitresses and security guards. Not necessarily nice, because then it creates competition between them and the locals in South Africa that didn't necessarily go to university, that still want to work as a waitress or a security guard. You know what I mean? So it's very sad. But what's interesting to mention here, I know in 2024, the United States of America terminated its sanction against Zimbabwe. I know many people think the sanction of Zimbabwe are over. Not necessarily. This meant only that the broader targeted sanctions that were placed were lifted. However, the U.S. simultaneously imposed new sanctions on 11 individuals, including President Edison Mnangagwa, 3 entities under the Global Magnitsky Act. The sanctions target human rights abusers, corruption, and are intended to avoid harming the broader Zimbabwe population. So they just changed the sanction from what you had to new sanction. Now it looks like the sanctions are lifted, but the country still goes through the most. The European Union maintains sanctions that have been in place since 2002. These measures target specific individuals, entities, and are related to concern about human rights and democratic governance. Mugabe is dead. You said you were sanctioning Mugabe. Why is... Anyway, this is just an opportunity for you to see what other people go through. Okay? Don't take your life for granted. If you can go to the pharmacy and get medication and sort yourself out, don't necessarily think it's because you're superior. Thank God for the time you're here on earth. Enjoy it, because the moment will come, you'll die. God bless.